Hey everybody, this is Tom Box, and welcome to the channel. Today, our special guest is known as the Captain. He's at the helm with a very smooth record of being undefeated in Swiss in the recent YCS. Please give a warm welcome to Douglas Haddad.
Ahoy everyone! It's a pleasure to see you all here again after this second YCS top in over the past couple of months. And let's get this profile started. Let's get these questions rolling.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you on your most recent top. And this is like, Plunder Patrol is your thing. You have probably the best record with Plunder Patrol in any setting so far. And I'm going to put your tournament record right here. But before we get everything started, the floor is yours for all the shoutouts you have.
The shoutouts I'd like to give out to would first be Herman Hansen. He's got an amazing hand trap ratio in terms of that and getting the deck set up. And then to Mike Albanese, Ryan O'Keefe, and Jeremy Ortiz. These guys are probably the best testing partners you can ever find, and they are the GOATs. Absolutely love these guys. And then, of course, shout-outs to the Shipyard, the Plunder Patrol Discord. If you ever have any questions and you're looking to play the deck, or you're looking to join more of a casual or fun community, you can always hop on. The Discord link will be down below in the description. And then, of course, to my friends and family. A good captain is nothing without his crew, and without you all, I would be nothing. So thank you all.
So humble. Are you ready?
Of course.
All right, let's get this started. So I got a couple of questions for you. First of all, what makes this deck so insane?
So Plunder Patrols, the great thing about it is that with all of the main deck crew, there are so many different lines of interaction that you can play with that your opponent, first of all, won't see it coming. Especially with the amount of practice that's required. That's why I'm able to play the deck so well as it is. And then the deck has got so much extension, and if your opponent even gives you a single turn to play, it snowballs out of control, and you take the match directly from them.
Now, throughout this tournament, can you give me some of the matchups that you played against?
Sure. My matchups ranged from Phantom Knight. I had multiple opponents playing that. Flaunderies, which was the worst matchup for the deck. I was able to beat them constantly. And then other matchups as well, such as Sword Soul, Tenyi Synchro, and even Tri-Brigade showed up at one point. Dragon Link. So all these matchups I had to play against, this deck has just got such a great matchup against, especially with what hand traps people are running and various other cards that have come up.
And like, how does it like fare against like Artifact Scythe?
So Artifact Scythe is usually a problem for a majority of decks that can't play without the extra deck at all. The great thing about Plunder Patrol is that even if you lock me out from the extra deck, the Brave Engine is able to provide negation and board wipage. You've got the hand traps to prevent even the Scythe from hitting the board. And even if it does hit the field, Whitebeard and Redbeard, which you'll see later on, are able to play around it and play during the opponent's turn and summon from the extra deck. So Scythe is kind of a meh, an okay card. Not the best.
It does not affect you as hard as like any of the other meta contenders. Okay, so speaking about Scythe, I asked everyone this question. What are your thoughts on Artifact Scythe? Is it E-bannable, or are you okay with where it is?
So my opinion with Artifact Scythe, Scythe itself is not fun to play against, and it should go on the next ban list. But if that card were to go, Anaconda's got to go with it as well.
Oh, both of them.
Unfortunately, Anaconda doesn't provide like great deck building. It's all kind of the same, and you constantly see like in the YCS how many people play DPE with the Scythe. It's too much. Getting rid of both also provides a better game state for the game. It makes it a bit more healthier. So if Scythe is leaving, Anaconda's got to go with it. That's my opinion on it.
I think you're right on the deck building part. A lot of the deck building funnel towards that play. Okay, so right now, we're going to look through your deck. So you have a clean 40-15-15, and it's funny enough, this package is kind of neat here. We have 20 cards, well, 19 plus the Call by the Grave, dedicated towards Plunder Patrol. We have 10 cards dedicated to the Brave Engine, and we have exactly 10 card lineup for hand traps. We'll get to like the hand trap ratio in a second, but let's talk about the Plunder Patrols first. You play triple Golden Hair, triple Bluebeard, we have triple Black Eyes, triple Whitebeard and double Redbeard, triple copies of Plunder Patrol Shipyard. And we have Plunder Patrol Booty, we have Terraforming to dig into your field spell, and of course we have the one called with the grip. So how do these monsters work?
So Golden Hair is a 1-card Blackbeard. She has the effect where if she's engraved, you can discard any card and revive her. So you're able to normal summon her, make All Mirage, discard a card, bring her back from the grave, and then summon Blackbeard out. So it gets you into your extra deck and gets the engine rolling. You've also have next Bluebeard. He is a free extender if you control any other Plunder Patrol monster on the field. And if you were to go to grave, you can discard any card from hand as cost. So it could be Whitebeard, it could be the Enchantress of the Temple, and it gets you more value. It helps you dig for more resources.
Okay.
Black Eyes, the Plunder Patrol Sea Guide. He's probably one of the crazier cards in the deck. So he's able to target a Plunder monster in your grave, accept itself, summon himself out, and then add the target back to hand.
It's like a free plus.
It's a free body, free plus, and it provides more extension, which what the deck needs.
Insane. Okay, now we're going to Whitebeard and Redbeard.
So Whitebeard and Redbeard both share the same first line of effects to where during the opponent's turn, as a quick effect, at any point, they can summon a Plunder Patrol monster from the extra deck with an attribute the opponent has on their field or in their graveyard. So, for example, if an opponent, like, say, is Ghost for Ghost Ogre, now I can summon lists during their standby phase and get a light out to provide negation and destruction. The only main difference between the two, when Whitebeard hits the graveyard from Monster Zone or the hand, he's able to summon a Plunder Patrol monster from the deck, while when Redbeard hits the graveyard, he's able to target a Plunder monster on the field and hop on or equip onto it, providing more advantage and even quick effect activation.
All right. And the field spells?
The field spell is probably one of the craziest cards I've ever read. So, while it's on the field, it's got 3 effects. Discard any card, add any Plunder card except itself from deck to hand. Best searcher ever, because it's once per turn, you can do it constantly every turn and gain more advantage. Second effect, for every Plunder Patrol card in the spell and trap zone, as you'll learn later down the line, they equip themselves onto the ships. They gain 500 attack for each one, and that's all Plunder Patrol. So you can have a max total of 2,500 attack points from 5 Plunder Patrol cards in the spell and trap zone, making your monsters hit 4,000 to 5,000 attack points, getting over anything.
Oh, it's not just the equip guys, it just applies to all your monsters.
All Plunder Patrol monsters.
All Plunder Patrol monsters.
So Brave Engine, not applied to, or any of the extra deck monsters that aren't Plunder. From there, we have 1 copy of Plunder Patrol Booty. That card's called Haunted, but it's a little better. So you target an opponent's monster, and you call an attribute. The monster becomes that attribute, so you're able to stop certain plays, such as Invocation with Artemis, or Secure Garna, so now they have to have a light in hand. Or you're able to, and then from there, you're also able to provide an attribute you need for your pilots to hop into a ship, and you get to summon a Plunder Patrol from your graveyard or shuffle one back. So it's a crazy card. Good at 1 for right now.
Okay.
And then, of course, Terraforming,
get the Shipyard.
Good card in order to get a field spell. Yep,
and
Shipyard indeed.
Call by the Grave. I think Call by the Grave is just, like, if you have the extra spot for it, definitely play it. There's just a ton of hand traps this format. And just bypassing it's great.
Oh, awesome. Particularly great.
The next 10 cards, we have our Water Enchantress of the Temple, we have our Wandering Griffin Rider, Triple Rite of Eremysir, we have our Fateful Adventurer, Draco back, and we have a Foolish Barrow to dump the Water Enchantress. Essentially, the 7 cards that lead to the whole engine. Now, you mentioned that there's something very different about your deck in terms of how you use Fateful Adventurer.
So, with Fateful Adventure, the first line of text to where once per turn, the first time a monster you control equipped with an equipped card would be destroyed by battle, it is not destroyed. All Plunder Patrol ships that are summoned usually have an equip on them, so they all become Ecclesia in that sense, to where they have that battle protection and they can't just be beat out by battle. So it's a very fun interaction that not a lot of other decks get to have. Also, Plunder Patrol, in my opinion, abuses the Brave Engine the most in terms of what it can do, because a majority of the Plunder cards require discards. So if you're able to pitch the Water Enchantress or Draco back, you gain so much plus and advantage off of them just going to the grave that it's excellent. It's a perfect match. And with Illegal Knight coming out later in the format, it's going to be a massive boost, and Plunder Patrol are going to abuse it the absolute most.
I guess get ready. I mean, I think Plunder Patrol, like, you've already proven that Plunder Patrol is among the top tier by successfully going back to back with your YCS top tier. This is just going to solidify it into the meta, for sure.
Oh, that's the dream, and I can't wait.
I feel like this is a meta deck that just hasn't been realized. I think once people start to pick it up, it's going to pick up in popularity. Next up, our next 10 cards. So this is interesting because hand trap lineups have changed a lot, and in terms of the more interesting thing about hand traps now is the ratio change. And so we have triple Ash Blossom Joy Spring, double Ghost Ogre, probably my favorite. This is my favorite hand trap in the format personally. Triple Nibiru and double Ghost Spell. I kind of wanted to learn more about the Ghost Spell interaction, and I got a couple of questions here actually.
Sure. So with Ghost Spell, the reason we decided to add her in, Herman Hansen was a big help for this. He was perfect in terms of hand trap ratio. Plunder Patrol's biggest plus as well. Bluebeard and Blackbeard's draw effect can be done during the opponent's turn. And so while your hand may seem kind of weak or you're getting rid of certain cards, you're now able to draw into hand traps to stop the opponent while they're playing. I've had moments where I've been able to draw into Nibiru, Ash, Ogre, even the Bell, and it's been able to provide me with a crazy win right off of a top deck. Okay. An example would be most likely, I had an opponent, they went triple tactics, and I had a Plunder card and Nibiru. They got rid of the Nibiru and started going off with the Brave Engine. While that was happening, I was able to draw into a card with Blackbeard, and it got me into an Ogre, which won me the match. So that draw one comes in a lot more clutch, and with those hand traps in particular, it's very strong. Okay. Bell, the reason that we picked her out of all the other ones, Bell is able to hit other variants of decks. It's able to hit the Brave Engine because girl herself, you can Bell her because she'll stop the search right there. So it's like another Ash that you don't have to waste an Ash on in case your opponent has Fusion Destiny or anything else that might stop it.
Okay.
From there to Ogre. Ogre is kind of okay this format. A lot of people like to play the Light Charmer, so I'm trying to refrain from putting that card out as often as I can. Nibiru is a much better target in my opinion because you have more interactions with your extra deck as well with it, and it's able to drop onto an opponent. You're able to get more advantage out of it, and then you have multiple different ways of getting rid of the token you give them. And
onto the extra deck now, we have double Lists. We have one Adamantipator Risen Dragon because you're all water-based. We have Plunder Patrol Ship Brand, and we have White Aura Whale. So what's up with the White Aura Whale?
So White Aura Whale, Plunder Patrol, Whitebeard, and Golden Hair are both tuners, and the rest of your monsters are water. So you're able to easily access into this monster. And because Plunder Patrol monsters also have other effects that activate in the grave, you can chain block it and make it so that his destruction effect can't be stopped unless they have a target spot removal, like a Veiler and Imperm, which wasn't really played in this tournament as compared to Ash, Ogre, and even Nib. Okay. So White Aura Whale, great card. Absolutely love it.
This is your Lightning Storm with fins.
Mm-hmm. Oh. And it's also a great attacker as well. Piercing. Able to attack twice, do piercing. It's a great card overall. It's one of my favorites.
All right, moving on, we have our Bahamut Shark. That means it leads into the toe. We have Moiric. Yeah, I gotta work on my pronunciation here. Totally awesome. Triple Blackbeard. Geonator Transversal. I haven't seen this card since the old Drytron format.
So, Geonator Transversal came up in testing involving DPE. I noticed a lot of players summoning it in the middle or right column, or I've been able to make opponents do that with certain different interactions, like setting cards, and the opponent's scared of putting cards in certain columns. So, whenever an opponent's able to summon, DPE and you're able to get Geonator onto the board, she can't be popped and they can't get rid of the Geonator, so that Geonator will be mine. And so it provides a lot of combo. Also, you're able to get rid of the Nib token that you give your opponent. So if you give them an 8,000 attack point token, you can give them a Golden Hair in attack mode for 0 attack and attack for game with just a token.
And we have a 1 Salamangreat Almirage. Very nice stuff. One of the scariest monsters for sure has got to be the Blackbeard. Very easy to summon. 2 monsters, just including a Plunder Patrol monster.
So that can include any of them at all. Different Plunder Patrol cards can include, you can summon it with a ship, you can summon it with gold, you can even summon Blackbeard with another Blackbeard if you really have to. And that actually has come up involving like a Whitebeard or a discard with Bluebeard. So you've got many different options of that.
Okay. Now we go into the side deck. Now, that's right, the side deck is now revealed. We got a pair of DD Crows. We have a triple Cosmic Cyclone. We have a Forbidden Droplet. One Harpy's Feather Duster. We have triple Evenly Matched. And going first, we've got the Solemn Judgment. This package here, I think most of the people's extra deck are kind of already streamlined based off of their playstyle. There's no Artifact Lancia in this one in particular. That's probably my only question for your side deck. Why no Lancia?
I am not a very big fan of Lancia because Plunder Patrol monsters such as Bran and Moiric like to banish during the opponent's turn, so it's kind of counterintuitive at times. However, in other formats, Lancia can come up, such as Dragons or like a Dino format. So it really depends, and in my opinion, banishing wasn't the biggest issue. So I'd rather instead get rid of the problem with like DD Crow or Cosmic or even Droplet.
And speaking of like banishing, most of your cards do banish. We got the triple Evenly, and we've got, like you said, the Cosmic and DD Crow. Did you ever get like somehow missided or like counter-sided accidentally by your opponent actually having a Lancia?
Well, whenever an opponent drops a Lancia on me as a Plunder Patrol player, I'm the happiest person in the world. Because even if they stop the Aquamantis, the Temple, or certain other interactions that might come up later, they've just provided me a light to let me summon a free monster effect negator. So it's able to help me get, stop Nibiru, stop Ash, stop whatever might be coming my way.
I love how thought out this entire interaction is with like the different hand traps and everything along the lines. Well, thank you so much for your time, Douglas. This has been a pleasure. Guys, don't forget to check out the links in the description if you guys want to pick up this deck. Guys, pick it up fast. I mean this is like back-to-back top. You went undefeated, so this is no easy feat, and you did it against like a ton of meta contenders, and clearly your knowledge of this deck is among some of the best. You are the captain of this ship for sure, and thank you for your time and sharing with us your deck, and hopefully a lot more people pick up Plunder Patrol. You got me excited about it, so I'm definitely gonna give it a try as well.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been an honor being on your channel. And I hope if anybody really wants to learn, please feel free to message me. I love to help with this deck, and I want people to play it more. If I ever see a mirror match at a tournament, ever, you'll see me in bliss. So thank you all so much. It's been an honor.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And if you guys enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, ding that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye, everyone.